Yer. Finally got fucking YouTube live chat up as well. So now I can see everyone fucking everywhere. Finally got fucking holy fuck. Live chat up as well. We're cooking now. We're cooking now. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Maine back with another fucking live stream. We've been doing 3 a week consistently. I live streamed earlier today with the boy Gainsey over on Pump Fun. So if you tuned into that, I think he said it was his most viewed stream ever. So that's cool. Thanks for coming out. But yeah, let's fucking cook. What are we thinking here? I'm sorry I didn't stream yesterday. I was busy. I was out chilling. It was a beautiful day. And then I got distracted and I ended up hanging out by the ocean. There was humpback whales, a whole pod of them, ripping up Horseshoe Bay. And so I decided to drive my car up the highway, and we were looking at the whales and chilling, and it was super sick. I love summer in British Columbia, man. One of the most beautiful places in the world. So lots to discuss today. Lots to discuss today. I want to know what everyone's thoughts here are on the Pump Fun ICO. Because according to the timeline, seems like people are pretty angry. Seems like people are pretty angry about this Pump Fun ICO. And I can only assume the reason they're so angry is because they aren't in the pre-sale. That's usually how these things go. If you're in the pre-sale, they're so... It's an awesome pre-sale. You're super happy. You're probably up 100, if not 1,000x on your money, depending where you got in at. If you didn't get into the pre-sale, I understand you probably think it's a scam. What do you guys think? What's going on? What's in the zeitgeist? What's in your mind? Do you think that this is bearish for meme coins? Do you think that this means it's over? Or do you think the casino stays open? Let me know what you guys think. Jelkin's going good, bro. What's up, Trader FS? Mustafa. They're angry because the Zionists took 800 million out of the ecosystem and now they want another billion. Did they take 800 million out of the ecosystem, or did people willingly use the platform? And the platform ended up being wildly successful. If people hate Elon so much and they hate Pump Phone so much, why are they still using it? That would be my counterpoint there, Mr. Durden. People seem to think hella bearish for memes. They're going to dump Sol. Am I a rabbi? No. I do know I heard a very funny Jewish joke the other day, though. Do you guys want to hear it? Hate from North Korea. Yeah, that's a lie, bro. There's no internet in North Korea. Come on now. Made some money based on my TA. How do I tip the tip jar? Hell yeah, bro. Finally, someone using their head. Yo, we're going to 30K. I don't think we're going to 30K, bro. I do not think we're going to 30K. So, Bitcoin hasn't really done much, right? Everyone's talking about, whoa, someone asked me, what's summer chop look like? I mean, we're going sideways right now. We're going sideways right now. We're literally going sideways. We have really not done much since the start of May. We had a little deviation above, but we're just kind of going sideways. The average price for the month of May is probably right, or for the last 30 days, is probably right around 104,000. We can actually check. What if I do 30? Would this work? A little higher. Did I do that right? Oh, I'm about to sneeze. Hold on. Sorry. My allergies are fucked. But we haven't really done much. So, again, this is just classic crypto Twitter. Like, everyone's dooming and glooming. Like, Bitcoin is 6% off of its all-time high. The reason you're miserable is because you have shitty entries on altcoins. That's why you're upset. Your coins either haven't gone up because they suck, or your entries suck. And that's why you're miserable. If you have good entries, you're in good coins, you're in Bitcoin, I don't see how you can't be ecstatic right now. If you bought some of the coins back at the start of April, like, you got to be cooking. You got to be cooking. Took some profit. Hopefully, some of these coins did 3 or 4 X's in like a month. How are people miserable? A bunch of dog shit. Like, this is dog shit to me. Things like GOAT, dog shit. But from April to May, in a month, it went up 500%. Zero Bro, dog shit coin. 400% pump. Popcat, slightly less dog shit. Cat shit, I guess. 400% pump. Like, there was tons of money to be made over the last month and a half. And Bitcoin is 6% off of its all-time high. But a bunch of you who are, maybe not you guys in the chat, you guys in the stream, because you've been watching and following, and hopefully you were buying Bitcoin down here with me, being a bull, a big dick fucking bull, big fucking 2-ball having balls so big they drag on the floor fucking bull. You're pretty happy that Bitcoin went up 40% and a bunch of other stuff ripped with it. You're pretty happy that we got bullish on ETH, sub $2,000. The people who are miserable are the people who were bearish here, and then they get bullish once price finally gets to resistance. Price pulls back 5%. They bought the top on a fucking altcoin that's now down 20 or 30%. Like, unless your entries are absolute dog shit and you've completely traded the last 60 days like crap by being a bear at the bottom and now, a bear at the bottom, and now too bullish at resistance, this has been some of the nicest PA we've had in months. The last time we had a rally where Bitcoin did this well and altcoins did really well as well was all the way back in like September of last year to December. Bitcoin ripped, altcoins ripped, everyone was happy. This was pretty gay. This fucking awesome. So, I don't know, man. I don't understand how the vibes on Twitter are so negative right now, outside of the fact that people must have some horrible entries on shitty coins. The only thing I can think of. Everyone with Pump Fund's launch is going to be the end of meme coins. Maybe it's going to make my coins go up. Are you sure? Maybe your coins suck. No one ever wants to take accountability and say, hey, maybe my coins just suck. I picked bad ones, you know? Can we not tip? I don't know how to enable tipping on Twitter. I do this shit for free. I do this shit for the love of the game. But then when I don't get any money, I complain. I just don't get it, man. I don't get it. Bitcoin's at 105,000. Donald Trump is made Bitcoin a treasury asset for World Liberty Fi. MicroStrategy's buying. BlackRock is buying. Everybody's buying. Like, you should be happy. You should be happy unless you got here like only a few days ago. So I don't know, man. I think Bitcoin still looks relatively okay. I do believe that we're just struggling at resistance here. I've talked about this week over week now. Ever since we had this weekly close and now we've had the monthly close, I do think that this is an easy trade in that we reclaim this, we go up. We retest this, I buy, and then I believe we go up. I don't think if we're really bullish, we should get below here. So any sort of pullback, I think the downside should be capped around 97 up to like 100K. I think the pullback should be relatively shallow. And if Bitcoin does pull back here, you're going to get some really good entries on alts. And then if everything goes higher, we all make more money and people will still find a way to bitch and moan. They're going to bitch about Pump Fund. They're going to bitch about James Wynn. They're going to bitch about this. They're going to bitch about that. Everyone's going to find something to complain about no matter what. But I don't know. I think that this is a pretty easy spot to trade. It's no different than here. It is the complete inverse. Why were we bullish down here? Once we reclaim that quarterly low, you're bullish until we lose that. So if this is the inverse, how would you play this on the long side? Oops, not logarithmic. Invert. Okay, what's the setup here? Is this a long setup or no? I think this is a long setup unless it gets back below here. Then it probably breaks down. If I'm a bull on this chart, I want this to hold and I want us to trade this way. If I'm a bear and I want to see us trade lower, I would want to see us reject here, make a lower high, and then trade lower again. Right? So if you're having trouble conceptualizing, flip the chart. What would you do here if this was the chart? Was this a short? Well, guess what? This was the bottom at 76K. So to me, this is a super easy area to pay attention to. You have only two levels that you need to look at. All-time high and this weekly fair value gap, which is also demand, right? You have this level over here too. They overlap with each other. Same shit. If we're really bullish, we should not go below this area, in my opinion. And once we reclaim all-time high, I think we trade significantly higher. Until then, you might get chopped up in between those two areas. So maybe go outside. Do something else. Play a video game. Don't burn all the money that was easy to make from here to here trying to deal with this. Either wait for a clear setup or chill. Like in between, you do not have to always be in a trade. Like this is no different than back here. Once we had this sweep, if this run was going to continue, you wanted to see price hold support and reclaim here. It never did. So that's all we're looking for. It's all we're looking for. It's no different than back here. Price swept out, came back in, got a bounce, failed to get back above that high. This thing's cooked now. So instead of trying to assume that it's over or predict where the next, what's going to happen next, just deal in reality of what price has done so far. We have very clear levels to work with here, in my opinion. Very clear levels to work with here. And until we interact with one of those levels, I generally don't really want to force myself into a trade. Are there low time frame opportunities here? Sure. But for the most part, a lot of you are going to get fucked trying to figure out when this is going to finally reverse. And by the time it reverses, you're out of money. You long this dip, doesn't work. You long this one, maybe it doesn't work. Works a little bit. And then this is the dip that finally reverses and you've given up or you've run out of money by then. So I think you can just chill right now and wait. I really like a long down here. I really like a reclaim of here for a long. If you're a bull, there you go. Those are your two levels. If you're a bear, any sort of bounce here where you see weakness, I think you can fade it with a stop there because that is the invalidation. So if we bounce up to here and then you say, oh man, it's struggling here, maybe there's some rejections on the lower time frame, you could short it with your stop right there. The risk reward's great. Target into here, maybe even lower. But it's just, to me, these super key critical spots, it's the inverse of this. Soon as we reclaim this, any pullback, long, stop there. Go to Twitter. Early April, I posted this exact setup. I said, if we close like this, this is all a buy with your stop down here. So it's just the inverse. So you have a very clear bias level to work with, in my opinion. Bitcoin's at 105K. Cheer the fuck up. No, you're the GOAT, bro. Here's the thing. This guy says, Greeny is saying, pump about to extract a lot of liquidity as well. We likely go lower. That's where it becomes very interesting again. How come it's extracting? To me, the term extract is getting overused. Extracting is when it's like forceful. You know what I mean? Like, extraction is what happened with like you're getting your money taken from you. You willingly using Pump Fund is not them extracting fees. You know what I mean? You're using a product. The product costs money to use. They made a lot of money. I don't consider that extraction. That's just business. I think that the right word might be like, it might consume liquidity. It might consume attention. It might lead to other coins, but the word extract makes it sound like they're doing something illegal. I mean, they're not. No one is forcing you to use Pump Fund or to interact with the Pump Fund fucking ICO. Like, Pump Fund's like just a really, really fucking profitable business. It's like a casino. Casinos make a shit ton of money. I mean, I think your odds are better off trading on Rollbit than I do probably trading in meme coins. But it's a casino, man. You got to pay to play. Monday's range is in play. Hey, Maine, nice outfit. Makes you look like you sold the bottom. Gene, are you trying to insinuate that I'm gay? Are you using my joke that I made yesterday and you're trying to insinuate that I'm gay? First of all, I'm wearing a very cool anime t-shirt. There ain't nothing gay about that, buddy. What was I going to say? I was going to say something and then you fucked me with your gay joke. I was going to say something genius. It was going to be fucking poetic. It was going to be amazing. And now I don't remember at all what I was going to say. And so now we'll never know. That piece of alpha, gone forever, into the abyss. Maine, need you to answer. Is Pump Fund gay, or are Pump Fund gamblers gay, or both? I think all things can be true at the same time. Everyone is here to get their bag. People are not being forced to trade these meme coins. People calling out people for trading meme coins are like, it's just like, don't participate then. I said this on Gainsey's stream. I asked, because I'm not really in the trenches. I said, do you guys, as the average trader, I was talking about Monday's range. Bonus points for you. The average trader, do you feel like the trenches are fair? That was the question I posited. Do you feel like it's fair? Or do you feel like there is information asymmetry? That there's people who have an inherent advantage, whether their wallets are tracked because they have a lot of money and it allows them to farm people. Maybe there's insider trading going on. There's cabals. And most people agreed, I do think that it's unfair. They say it's unfair. They have more info. They've got money, so they buy a coin on their main wallet. They sell it on side wallets. They print, but then they hold it on their main wallet to zero and say, ha, 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 I held it. I'm just like you. So be it. But if you know that the game is rigged, and you accept that it's unfair and you still choose to play it, it's now on you. You cannot go to the casino and then complain when the dealer hits a 5-card 21. Like, you can bitch and moan, but you know you're playing a game where the odds are against you. You know what I mean? Like, you don't congratulate the casino when you win and go, thank you so much. You go, fuck you, I won. I beat the house. Right? But the house is designed to win. And so if you're playing a rigged game, you've got to take some accountability to the fact that you're still choosing to sit down at the table. You know? Ming, can I get a breakout hat? We should have the hats and other merch available within the next week or two. Very, very soon. We've got hats, hoodies, sweatpants, t-shirts, crew necks, joggers. It's going to be lit. Information asymmetry is not unique to crypto. GG, Frank DeGods, and Lexapro rugged Dealcoin. I have no idea. I've never looked at the chart. I know nothing about it. I only know what I saw on Twitter. But here's the deal about Dealcoin. Okay, what is the... Like, is this the coin? Is this it? So if you believe that these people are scamming and that they have insider cabal information, don't participate. Don't play the game then. Don't buy the coin. No one ever seems to consider that as an option. It's always someone else's fault. And I'm not saying that there's not scammers and ripoffs and shit like that. There absolutely is. There are people that are fucking each other over and they're trying to take your money and they're doing so in a malicious way. That being said, if you know that that's happening, maybe avoid those coins. Don't buy into the ones where you believe, oh, these people are scammers, then don't buy any of the coins. Back in the day, we had altcoin shillers. They still exist now, but it seems like meme coins are kind of the new thing. But in prior cycles, there was altcoins shillers in 2017, 2020, 2021. And there were certain accounts that you knew if they're posting about a coin, the only reason they're posting about it is because they've been paid to talk about it. And every one of the coins that they post about it ends up being some sort of extractive VC dumping on your head bullshit. And you just labeled that account as someone I don't listen to. So if you believe those people exist, then do not participate in those coins. Can I bring back the redacted account? No. When I'm gone, once I leave, I'm gone. Why so much talk and defending on Pump Fund now, Maine? Do you need a stream contract like Gainsey or something? We all know it's a casino. The question is, do crypto need more casinos? Like you said in Gainsey stream, crypto used to be fun. Bro, crypto is a casino in general. People are always going to find ways to gamble. Do I think Pump Fund's business is good for the social well-being of crypto? No, because a bunch of idiots who have no self-control are going to go there and lose all of their money. It doesn't mean it's a bad business for them. That's my point. I'm not saying it's good for me, but they are running a fantastic business for themselves. I don't need a Pump Fund fucking streaming contract. I know Gainsey personally. He's not actually getting paid by Pump Fund to stream. People are always going to find a way to gamble. You want to tell me that people aren't going to find a way to gamble? What do you think James Wynn was doing on Hyperliquid? Was that not gambling? Was that not a casino? People are always going to find a way to gamble, buddy. It is what it is. Pump Fund is selling shovels in a fucking pickaxes in a gold mine. Whether you like it or not is irrelevant. Doesn't change the fact that they've made a lot of money. Not saying that they're good people. Not saying that their business is fucking charity. So Bitcoin, I think, is pretty straightforward. Could there be a Monday's range trade here? Maybe. I think that I would potentially like to see one more leg up. Like, this could be it, but I would potentially like to see one more leg up into here if it's going to roll, and then look for shorts down to here, as opposed to assuming that this is the top. But technically, we've had an H12 sweep. We're back within Monday's range. So if we lose this level, then I think there's pretty high odds that we go down to here. But until we lose that level, I'm not so sure. Norm Macdonald is the GOAT, bro. All right, let's look at ETH. I think ETH probably has one more push up in it, right? Like, again, I don't think that this is the high, this like Monday's high fade here, and it's almost the exact same setup as Bitcoin. I mean, technically this did break structure on the H1, so you could argue this is a short right now, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm convinced yet. I kind of think ETH is still playing within this larger range, and I think we can come up and we can tag a little higher first. Sorry, one sec. Wife is just texting me. I think we can come up similar to Bitcoin, a little bit higher. Maybe run this current high into here and then get the move down. And then who knows. But for now, this is like ping pong, bro. Range low to range high. Discount to premium. Discount. Maybe back up to the premium here. So I'm not rushing in to short any of this right now. I'm much more interested in seeing what happens here and here. I'm definitely in love, boys. What can I say? Retain your Bitcoin, yes. Retain your semen as well. Don't goon. Stop gooning. I don't understand your point here, Nezakar. You need a stream contract like Gainsey? I don't need any fucking money, bro. But the idea that like crypto doesn't need more casinos, this entire industry is a casino. So are traditional stocks. You don't think there's information asymmetry going on between hedge funds and retail traders? Do you not think that that's a thing? The whole game is rigged. It's all rigged. So you have two options. You can bitch and moan, or you can realize it's rigged and try and beat the game. That's up to you. Or don't play at all. But bitching and moaning about a game that you know is rigged is just kind of whack. Maine, you sexy Maine, can you please chart NVIDIA? Baby, I'm streaming right now. Okay, love you, bye. Oh, are you okay? She sounded fucked. Okay, she said not important. NVIDIA? Sure. I mean, all of these charts, bro, are just coming back to like the most peak fucking level of the chart. Like, each one of these has basically traded all the way back up to the last chance for the bulls or the bears to step in. Look at the stock market today, dude. If this is not a lower high, bro, at what point do funds and big money players have to eat back into the market? It's pretty crazy, man. Like, is there just some sort of new paradigm where stuff just goes up forever? Like, there's just infinite money printing. Like, look at the stock market chart. This looks like COVID, and we don't even have quantitative easing. Like back here, the Giga reverse was money printing. There's no money printing. We haven't even started money printing yet. So like that's one of the newest or one of the most bullish cases for a prolonged bull run here is like, dude, we're almost back at all-time high. They haven't even done QE. Now, whether or not this is a good representation of the health and strength of the actual economy, I don't fucking know. I know that the chart goes up and the right for decades, bro, but I think a lot of people were expecting this to be the beginning of a more 2008 style correction, not a complete V bottom reversal like COVID is what I'm saying. When Little Maine, I'm trying, bro. I'm working on it. Don't you worry. Yeah, I mean, listen, if the markets are ripping, maybe they don't cut rates. Maybe they don't need to. Traders are like League players. I don't even play League of Legends, but based on the fact that anytime I ask someone about playing it, they tell me don't, and it's so toxic, it does remind me of crypto. Crypto is one of the most toxic places in the world. One of the reasons I plan on leaving after this cycle is because it's just like, it gets exhausting. You know what I mean? And at a certain point, it's like, I know that a lot of my life is consumed by crypto. Not just trading, but talking, interacting, engaging. And I'm also chronically online. So you get this negative feedback doom loop where you're just getting negativity all the time through crypto, through the news, and you're on Twitter all the time and you're just getting all this negative stuff. And then whenever I like go away for a bit and I like go outside, I'm like, man, life is awesome. Like Canada's got a lot of problems. It's got a lot of problems. And there's part of me that is like, I want to go to Florida or Texas or Arizona, Dubai. I'm going to go somewhere where there are less taxes, less regulation, no government bullshit. But then I have like regular days where I enjoy the city and I'm like, dude, my life's amazing. So, I don't know. It's a little bit like, eventually, I'm getting older. I'm not 22, man. Kind of just want to like go golf, hang out, have a couple kids, hang out with my friends and my family and just like enjoy the fruits of my labor. Like I've been here for so goddamn long. Like I'm not going to disappear forever, but I could see myself being more like Kobe where it's like I'm not really posting that much. You know, and maybe I'll be active in Telegram and Discord and stuff, but I'm not going to be like actively posting all the time forever. Eventually that runs its course. Okay, let's go back to ETH for a moment here. So ETH, I think, is very similar to Bitcoin. You have a very clear area of resistance here, and then you have a very clear area of demand below. So if we're bearish, right, this is a lower high. And we will trade down to here. I would bid the living fuck out of this. I don't know if we come back down to 2,000, but if we do, I would bid it because I do think that that's pretty good value. But for now, you zoom in. It's a similar trade to Bitcoin. Like, we're being capped by an obvious level. And I think any sort of move below the range is probably a buy the dip for one more leg up if we get it. So I think we either go up first and then come down, or if we go down first, I think you long, right? Either way, I want to long here or I want to long above here. It's like the exact same setup as Bitcoin. I want to long here or I want to long above here. And I think Solana is very similar as well. Again, clear area that we're rejecting from. Super clean level here. Whereas if we get up above, like this is where we rejected. So any move up here could reject again and put in a lower high. But if we get any sort of sweep, any sort of decent correction, I want to long it. Any sort of decent correction, I'm interested in longing. Do I think ETH makes a new all-time high this cycle? I'll go out on a limb and I'll say yes. I don't know if it makes a new all-time high, but I think it takes this out before it's all over. Right? And part of the reason I believe that is I do think that this chart, that's the thing. I don't know how high this goes, but this is the most bullish ETH BTC has looked in a long fucking time. Most bullish it's looked in a long fucking time. And even if it can mean revert to here, right? Even to there is like a 35% move. And, you know, does that get ETH above 4K? Maybe. Maybe. But I do think ETH BTC looks really interesting. At least into here. And then ideally up into here. Let me just freshen that up. Right? I mean, God, it could really rip. But I think this level, obviously, this level I think is the most realistic target for this rally. Yeah, I do think ETH to 3K soon. It's just a question of, do we go from here? Like, is this it? Or do we have one more wash, right? We're in a range. I would love to long a deviation of this range here towards 3K. If we get it. If we're just going to go up from here, we're just going to go up from here. What's up, Jared? How you doing, bro? What altcoins do you have spot besides ETH? Not really much of anything. I have some ETH. I have some Sol. I have some random fucking shitters, but not much. I tweet. I'm like pretty fucking forthcoming with you guys on Twitter. Like, I bought here. I sold some at 94. I sold the rest at 108. I posted it all on Telegram, Twitter, TikTok, everywhere. And then I tweeted out 3 or 4 separate times here, you know, kind of in early to late May, or early to mid-May, that, hey, this is a really good opportunity for you to consolidate some shitty bags into better ones, or just into Bitcoin itself, or into cash. I got so wide because eventually, just throughout the bull market, oh, someone tells you to buy some random meme coin. I had all these random memes and all these random tickers that people had, told me to buy, and most of the charts looked like this. And then during this rally, some of them went like this. It's like, okay, well, I'm still down massively, but at least I'm up 5x from where I was a month ago. I'm going to take that money because I think I can use it better elsewhere. So I sold a ton of shit here, because I don't want to be holding a bunch of bullshit. So I hold some ETH, I hold some Sol, I hold some ENA. I like ENA right now. I think they got a decent catalyst coming up. And I also think that if ETH is going to go over 3K, this should have like beta. This should act as a beta. It's still pretty bottomed out on the high time frame. This looks like a major high time frame, higher low. We took out the last quarter's low. I've been talking about that setup over the last 5 or 6 videos. Take out last quarter's low. How did ETH bottom? It took out last quarter's low. How did Bitcoin bottom? It took out last quarter's low. How'd Solana bottom? It took out last quarter's low. So knowing that, looking at something like ENA, taking out last quarter's low, still being relatively bottomed. If ETH gets a run, I do think some of that money, hopefully, flows into ENA. So I have some spot ENA that I've been accumulating here, assuming that this is a higher low. And, you know, I'm not targeting all-time highs. I'm targeting, 60 cents, like a double. I still own fucking FWOG. I still own Beam. I have some BNB. I have some Hype. I have some Monero. But I sold a ton of shit. I got rid of a bunch of dog shit. Makes fun of meme charts and then shows ENA. Yeah, I mean, to me, this chart has a higher likelihood of going back up than a meme chart, though. Right? Like, what are the chances GOAT goes up a bunch? Maybe. But to me, the reason I like this chart is because both the Bitcoin and the USD chart are putting in a higher low. So if this can play out, right? If this can play out even just to here, I'm going to be right. I'm not calling for ENA to go back to all-time high, but if I can 2x a fucking $1 million position, guess what? I just made a bunch of fucking money. I just did ENA BTC. I own Bonk as well. I've owned Bonk for a long time because I always feel like it's like a proxy for kind of meme coins. It's trying to hold here. So I really would like it to hold here, but it ran these lows, came up, it's retesting this kind of trend line bullshit. I would like to see it kind of hold here for another leg up. Otherwise, I think it probably comes back down to here. But this I'm just holding spot, so I'm okay. I don't know if I want ENA to go to 19 cents. I think sweeping out 25 cents is okay. Where do you see AI coming in this local cycle, bruv? Like AI coins or just AI in general? Fartcoin, Mr. Sexy Handsome Main. Bro knows how to get my attention. Come on now. I'm so easy. I'm like an open book. I'm easier than your fucking sister. So I was praying for sub $1 fills on Fartcoin, and we got them. I was hoping we would run out this low. Not quite, but I like Fartcoin down here. I really do. Like, that might be it. I was hoping we'd take this low out, but maybe this is it. This has had a very nice correction off of the high. It traded down 42%, right? 12 hours now put in a sweep. So this might be ready to go already. I was hoping it would get a little lower, but I tweeted out praying for sub $1 fills. It went down to 94 cents. So close enough. I love you too, Mario. Brothers, we are shorting Fartcoin below 160. Okay. I mean, there was definitely an amazing short opportunity on the failure here, that's for sure. Thoughts on Doge? I mean, I just hate how this chart looks. Like, not like that it looks bad. It's just like messy, dude. You know? You gotta, if you're bullish here, dude, you're hoping that this is a higher low. Like, this is what you're hoping on Doge on the highest time frames. So that's your hopium. What up, Crypto Face? How you doing, bro? Just fart loud one time. You guys are fucking weird. Married life's good, bro. I can't complain. What do you think, Face? What do you think? Are you still bullish? Or have you flipped bearish? You are on an absolute fucking tear. What do you think? You think we keep going up? You think we'll ever have a 2017, 2021 mania phase? There's Crypto 2 gay now. What to you makes mania? Like, what defines mania? What's up, Ack Maker? Everything is effectively driven by BTC. Yes, 100%. Yeah, like Trump launched a meme coin, fart coin, multi-billion dollars. Like we've had some mania aspects. I think the issue a lot of people are having is like in prior cycles, like one singular coin went to 30 billion. Whereas in this cycle, if you take all of the AI coins together, they went to 20 billion instead of just one single name. And I think part of that can just be discounted to the fact that there's only so much money and there's now so many more options. So why is one meme coin going to go that high when there's 5,000 to choose? You know? So I do think that there's been periods of mania. Do I think that we can still have an alt season? Again, I think people need to stop romanticizing the term alt season. But when alt season happens, you'll know because Bitcoin dominance is going to look like this. So there's been no alt season yet. There's just been brief periods of time where alts have, been able to do well. And generally it's when this is going sideways or down. Mania equals when everything goes up 10x or more at the same time. Not going to happen. I mean, bro, what do you mean? Like, not going to happen. Bitcoin went up 600%. Sol has gone up 2,600%. Fartcoin, 1,000, like, lots of stuff went up 10x. Multiples. And I don't think there's a period of time where everything goes up 10x. I think this is something that people have in their mind. It's like the Mandela effect. You're misremembering reality. So if BTC dumps from here, alts will follow. I mean, yeah, if Bitcoin goes down, alts are going to go down. That's just how it works. It's a matter of how much they go down. Do they overperform or underperform for the downside? So I'm like, again, this is where I think if it comes down here, that's where you buy the dip, not just on Bitcoin, but altcoins as well. Let's assume that Bitcoin comes down here and you really like Fartcoin. This is when you buy Fartcoin. When Bitcoin comes here. That's how you get those primo alt entries is you wait for Bitcoin to come into demand. And if you believe Bitcoin's going to go up, you want to buy your altcoins that you like when Bitcoin is at demand. You don't want to buy them when Bitcoin's kind of in the middle of nowhere. Does the 4-year cycle continue or is this one of the last ones? It's impossible to know. Like nobody fucking knows. There's arguments to be made for everything. What's up, tier 1 hater? This guy's posts are so fucking funny, man. I love it. How much of my port did you put into ENA? That's none of your fucking business. The fuck? I love you too, Bambi Cloud Podcast. 4-year cycle is cooked. Well, get this. If the 4-year cycle is going to continue, that means we're going to top in December of this year. I think that's not a bad fucking thing. Like if we top in December of this year, that's not bad. I don't see that as bad at all. And that would keep us in line with the 4-year cycle. There's a top. There's your top. There's your top. Right? Like every 4 years. 4 years, 4 years, 4 years. So, I mean, could this top in December? I think that would be a very bullish outcome. That means we have, 6 more months of a bull market and Bitcoin's already at 100K? And the end of the bull market is generally the part where stuff goes up the most. Pretty good, I would say. I mean, what percentage of your stables are exposed to the market? I don't even know how to answer that question, because if they're exposed to the market, they're not stables, are they? What platform do you use to just track your port? I'm old, man. I use fucking Excel. You don't think that there's 80% pullbacks anymore? Maybe not. Maybe there's too much institutional demand to have 80% drops anymore. But institutions can sell. So that's, a reality. That's something that can and could happen. Yeah, I don't know, man. Institutions have been here before. Like, people thinking that institutions only came here. Like, institutions have been in crypto for a very long time. It's just a lot more public facing now. Yes, I think silver looks really fucking good. I think CryptoFace said he's bullish on platinum. Or no, is that Plantier? But silver, XAU, XAG. Silver, I think, looks really interesting. Like, this looks ready to go. Look at that 3-month candle wick. So silver's about to fucking rip. This is a bullish ass chart. The first time you kissed a boy, did you like it or did it take a couple of tries? Ask your dad. That's right. I had sex with your dad, so watch your mouth. We can look at hype. I think there's an argument to be made that hype potentially could be due for a cool down. It kind of was like asymmetric running when the rest of the market wasn't. But easiest thing on hype is no different than Bitcoin right now, is you have that kind of all-time high level. Right? As long as we're above there, I don't know. No reason to worry. But if we get back below here, then maybe you think we come down to here. But as long as we're above this level, new highs. Lose that level, then you ask questions. What do I think about Pump Fund's raise? They pocketed 700 million fees. I mean, I think that the guys behind Pump Fund are about to be very, very wealthy, and so are the people who got into the seed deal. And my only gripe is that they didn't offer me the seed deal, because I would have invested in the fuck out of it. Do I think it's necessary? No. Do I think it's probably overvalued? Probably. But if people are willing to pay and they raise the money, they're willing to fucking pay. But, like, it's a nasty game out there, man. It's a nasty game. Elon, however you say his name, Elon. That's a vicious operator, bro. He's secured the giga bag. Billionaire status. Whether you like it or not, I think is irrelevant. Like, it's happening. You know? That's game. It's a tough game, bro. But that to me is like it's like at the highest level, the game is wicked and nasty. Like, these people are not fucking good people. Like, to get that kind of money, you got to do some nasty fucking shit. No one becomes a billionaire being fucking running a charity. They run a charity and then they steal all that fucking charity's money. Do you think Fartcoin went up high because Pump Fund has no coin? I think Fartcoin went up a lot because it's a hilarious meme and it has a ton of mind share. And most importantly, for a long time, it's had more buyers than sellers. Yo, Maine, I want to share chart setup trades, but I don't want to give away too much of my edge. How do you balance tweeting, posting alpha without fully leaking your strat? I mean, if you've been watching my videos for the many years I've been doing them, I share everything. I share how I get into trades, where I put my stops, how I do risk management, how I mark up charts, how I think. I share all of it. Because I know the vast majority of people will never take the time to, one, learn it, and then two, practice it to a point where they can use it to make money. So I don't feel like I'm worried about my edge being leaked. I don't think people have the dedication to, most people fail at trading because they're lazy. They're looking for something to get rich quick. The way that I trade is not sexy. It's fucking boring. But I don't think that, you need to worry about your edge leaking. Some people will find value. I've got 900 videos. I know I've made lots of people lots of money, but there's lots of people who watch my videos and they're never going to apply anything I share anyways. So I'm not really like concerned. But yeah, tweet what you want, man. If you want to be one of those guys who's a little bit cagey with what you share, by all means. Bro, I gave you guys hood at the bottom. The fucking bottom. Go look on Twitter. Talk about the clout goblin. I fucking fed you guys hood down here. So, good company, making lots of money, doing cool shit. I think it looks good. Very similar to anything that's trading around here. You have two very obvious levels here on the monthly. Right? And then if you refine down to the weekly, I would say maybe we take this level here. So as long as we stay above 66, higher, if we do come and get a gap fill down here, I would love to load up more there. But I gave you guys hood back when it was like fucking sub 20 bucks. Some guy in my Discord, told me that he like put a quarter of his retirement account in a hood when I posted it, and it's now like his largest position, which I think is hilarious because I puked mine for like a double. I think my average was somewhere around here, and I puked for a double. I didn't hold all the way up here. Maine, did you get my heater in DM? I don't know, bro. I get dozens of DMs every single day, so I don't know. Maybe DM me again. Kibishi. I'm only going to do it if I can see it on TradingView. It kind of looks like Doge. No? Am I crazy? Like, again, there's your monthly. Go to the quarterly. Didn't take out last quarter's low. That's okay, though. It doesn't have to. I would argue... The levels I'd be watching are probably these two. So, shallow pullback. You don't really want to see it lose this. Effectively, you want to see it SR flip this. Right? If it loses this, I think high odds it comes back to here. But this would be the optimal higher low, right? Low, higher low, another higher low. Interesting. My Kingmaker trade was when you shilled Coinbase at 50. You're welcome, bro. You're welcome. That was another one I gave to the fucking streets at the goddamn bottom, bro. We bull posted Coinbase down here. Down here. Where the fuck was everyone else? Fucking playing with their ball sacks. Bro, this new light I got makes it hotter than a motherfucker in here. Need a fan. What's my best trade? Just buying Bitcoin for years and years and years and compounding it every cycle. Selling near the top, buying back near the bottom over and over and over again for basically almost a decade. We're looking at quarterly charts for shitcoins. We're sophisticated investors here. We're absolutely looking at the quarterly charts. I put half my RSP in 11 and sold at 50. That's tax-free as well, baby. That's tax-free gains. Let's go. Serve Robotics, is this it? Or is it a shit coin? There's your level if this is the coin. Or if this is the chart. I actually love the 3-day chart on stocks. So, like, I'd be willing to take a stab on a retest of this. Of course, it's not this. Watch this be a cook. And he's like, no, it's some random stupid coin. Open serve, is this it? So some guys like, we're looking at quarterly charts on meme coins. Is this not serve.weth? Serve.weth. Yes, this is the right chart. We took out the quarterly low here. So whether or not you think the quarterly chart matters, look at where the bottom formed. We took out the quarterly low, and then the breaker that caused us to take out that low was the most optimal long for this entire leg. That shit means something to me, man. I don't know. I think this is the level. Right there. That's what you want to see hold. I already looked at Fartcoin, Jeremy. Don't yell at me. Objectively, what does the chart say about ETH? Dispassionate view. I'm not sure I understand what you're asking me, but I think ETH trades higher soon. I would love to long it down here before it does that, but that might not happen. Question, main, is there a way to be on the PC less using this system? When I get an alert, I look for price in the zone. Sometimes it takes forever to see a low time frame setup form. If you're using the H12 H1 system, you only need to check the chart on the hour, right? So if you only check on the hour when it interacts with an H12 order block. So if you're looking for a long, you get an alert that we've tagged the H12 order block. You then check the chart once an hour. That's it. You don't have to do it that often. That's not very much. I'm not saying you got to stare for the entire hour. Come at 4:59, watch for 5 minutes. Nothing? Go do your stuff. At 5:59, check again. Set an alert at the level. That's not that much. If you want to be on the computer even less, use the weekly and then use the H12 as your entry. Now you only have to check the chart twice a day for each H12 candle close. That's it. What's your strategy once the top is in? I mean, hopefully I've taken a bunch of profit, and yeah, I'm looking to short on the way down. But I'm absolutely, I think the first part of the bear market is really fun. Like the first few shorts are great, but then it's time to go outside, bro. So again, my trade frequency in general is less because I'm busy with other things. I've got breakout that is like a full-time fucking thing. So I'm not trading nearly as much as I used to. I also don't have to as much as I used to. But there's periods of time where the market is volatile. This is fun. This is fun. This gay. This pretty gay. Doesn't mean you can't take trades, but like it's pretty easy to tell when the market is trending and when it's not. This is a very clear uptrend, right? This is not. So this is time you can take away. Invert the chart, it's no different. There's periods of time where this is a clear downtrend. This is now kind of a range for a few months. Clear downtrend, range, right? Oh, now it's an uptrend again. So, where is cred? I don't know, man. Somewhere in Europe? MOG. MOG's got one of my favorite, like, logos. The MOG logo is sick. I think MOG, you basically want it to hold, like, right where it is right now. You want this to be an SR flip if you're a MOG bull. What's my next buy zone for Bitcoin? If I can get it, just under 100K in here. How much do you grow your account percentage for the past year? I don't know. I would have to check. I don't use a trading journal anymore, and I don't keep all of my money on exchanges. I'm trading only with a fraction of my portfolio. Can I check out Algo? Sure. I mean, so many of these charts are just big weekly retests here. Like, just clean as fuck. There's a weekly SFP there as well. So if this thing's going to go up, you want to see it go up right now. And if it can reclaim this point of breakdown, it's got to be a little better level. No? Man, that's gay. If it can reclaim this, right, that little H4 breaker there, it probably pops up. So get above here, retest, stop there, target, you know, here, and then maybe here. That would be the bullish setup. I use a variety of different exchanges. I've used, it depends where you live. Do you want a KYC? Do you want to not KYC? Blowfin is a pretty good option if you don't want a KYC and you live somewhere where you can't use a Binance or a Bybit or shit like that. Both my goats in the same stream. Damn, who's your other goat? What do you think? Do you think we fill the fair value gap, or is it more likely to go up from here? I don't know, bro. I have no idea which one is more likely. I would like us to go here first, because that means I can get in along. But maybe we do this. I don't know, right? There's zero value in doing this, predicting this. All I want to know is if we get up here and I see signs of rejection, I'm going to look for a trade from here to here. If we come down here, I'm looking for a trade from here to here. I just try and figure out one trade at a time. You'll make way more money rather than trying to be like, it's going to do this, and then this, then it's going to go here, then it's going to do this, this, and this. And then maybe you're right and you post it on Twitter and a bunch of guys fucking circle jerk congratulate you, but you didn't take any fucking trades. If I think we come here, I'm looking to take a trade from here to here, and then I chill. I'm not trying to predict 5 moves in advance. There's no value in that. Coinbase is supposed to get approval for like perps trading's come into the US. That seems to be the direction things are going. During rangy choppy months, what's your tip for traders to not overtrade, get chopped up? I seem to have that problem. Go outside, get a hobby, play video games, hang out with your friends, your family. Go to the gym, play sports. Just don't stare at the charts. Like range trading is super easy. It's super easy in that the only time you want to be trading in a range is near the highs and the lows. You do not want to trade when it's in the middle. So you can very simply just wait for price to approach one of the extremes of the range. And if it's not there, you just chill. But yeah, go live your life, man. Like, that's the best part. Live your life. Which stock are you looking into have position on? That's a very broad question, my friend. I'm not a big proponent of picking single stocks. I've done it in the past, like Coinbase, like Hood, Tesla. So I've picked single names before. But I'm much more of a trader of the indexes. Like I generally am trading the NQ or the S&P, and I'm also positioning my long-term portfolios into the NQ, the S&P through ETFs. I'm not like, I don't play a ton of single name stuff. I do occasionally. Don't diddle in the middle. Exactly. What do you think about the XRP ETF? Will it be sell the news? I don't really even know anything about it. When is it? Has it been approved and it just hasn't launched yet? I don't know. Do you think White and WhiteNet are a scam? I'll do you one better. I don't even know what those are. Jinky Minus and Gaper Bingzoid. There we fucking go. I gave that a shout out on Gainesy's stream and no one knew who Gaper Bingzoid is. He's a background character in the extended cut of The Phantom Menace. How do you play a scenario when price blows past your bids? Well, generally that means I get stopped out, right? Like if I'm a reactionary trader, generally there's no real right answer. Like sometimes I set bids, sometimes I enter live, but let's assume that I'm just going to bid here because I think this is where the low forms. I've got to have a stop somewhere. And so let's say my stop is here. Well, if price comes down here and just nukes, guess what? I lose money. It is what it is. Like, you don't know if a level's going to hold until after it's happened. We don't know if price will bounce from here until it comes down here and then bounces. The entire time it's trading here, we're just guessing. It's an educated guess. We're using risk management, but we're still guessing. You don't know. I'm using Monday's range. I'm watching it. I'm not convinced yet whether or not any of these are actual tops yet. I would much, if this is Monday's high is already capped, we'll lose this low, right? But as long as we're holding above this low, I don't think that high is safe. Remember, Monday's range is good, but if there's a high time frame reason for me to think that price might still trade higher, like it might come up into here and this becomes engineered liquidity, then Monday's range is less relevant this week. We had a similar situation a few weeks ago with ETH where everyone was shorting Monday's range like somewhere in here and it didn't work. I gape her till I bingzoided. Yeah, I'm gaping my binzoid right now. Do you think the 61.8 fib is too far away on the weekly for Bitcoin? Do you mean like for a higher low? Like you mean here? Is it possible to come down here and then put a higher low? Yeah, anything's possible. I believe if we go below here, which is the mid-range, the yearly open, the weekly fair value gap, and this weekly SR flip, I think if we go below here, we're going below this low, personally. But could we technically come down here and then go up? Yeah, it's possible. I don't know how likely I think it is. If we're bullish, I just don't think we should pull back that far. But anything is possible. I mean, look at this, right? This was almost bang on the 6.2 for the higher low here. So is it possible? Yeah. Are there any good copy trade platforms, or what do you think of copy trade? A lot of the exchanges have copy trading. I think copying someone else's trades is stupid. One of the issues with the copy trading platforms is the sizing. One of the other issues is it depends when you join. Let's say you start copy trading someone and they go on a big losing streak and it nukes your fucking account. And I think you should learn how to trade your fucking self. But every major exchange, I believe, has a copy trading function. And I think you're probably better off just like, if you don't want to manage your money, why not just like slowly accumulate Bitcoin? What is your main trigger to long or short? Is a market structure? Go watch some of my education videos, bro. I've done dozens of videos going over exactly how I enter. Need Monero analysis like crack. Okay. I don't know, man. Good coin. If we get some sort of major correction, I like $200. 200 to 225 on a big dip. I don't know if we get that big dip, but if we do, that's where I like it. Otherwise, to me, this is trading very similar to Bitcoin almost. Right? But we're right now technically in a bit of a down leg here from like here down to here. Swept out the range low. So I'd be interested in seeing what happens up here. If it puts in a lower high or not. What trade do you think I can take today, right now? I don't have any active bids or anything right now. It's also only the third day of the month, second trading day of the month, kind of. It's only Tuesday, so I'm not rushing in anything here. But I'm boring. I'm not like some little scalper. I like to wait for higher probability moves. Price prediction for Bitcoin in 10 years. Either zero or hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars. Like, no fucking clue. Zero idea. All right, guys. I'm going to cap it here because I'm intermittent fasting. So I'm only eating between noon and 8. Because I'm trying to get a little slim. Your boy's trying to get a little slim for summer. So I'm doing intermittent fasting. So if you see my neck get a little thinner, that's why. But it's almost 8 o'clock and I haven't eaten yet. So I need to eat some dinner because once it's after 8, I'm done for the night. So that's going to be it. Have I liquidated 6 figures ever? Yeah, I've liquidated multiple 7 figures. Anyways. That's it for this video. I appreciate you tuning in. I apologize it wasn't on Monday like normal. So I'll either stream tomorrow if there's some fun stuff to talk about. If not, I'll delay a day and I'll do Thursday. All right, guys. Otherwise, I love you. Have a great day. Talk to y'all soon. Peace out. Use all my fucking links in the description, you fuckers. Okay, bye.